Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a report from Prothena Corporation. And let's just say it seems like they're going through a bit of a, shall we say, trimming phase. It's like they decided to Marie Kondo their entire workforce. And let's show you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below where you can continue the discussion with myself, other viewers. And annual report inside each of their employees will look at why this is happening, what it means for the company's finances, and how it impacts the people who are losing their jobs. Also, before we get started, if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below, where you can continue the discussion with myself, other viewers. This report, a Form 8K, is a snapshot of significant events that happened, with the earliest event being back in June. These reports are used to keep investors up to date on major changes that might affect the company. Alright, let's jump into the heart of the matter. Prothena is making some serious cuts. They announced plans to significantly reduce their operating costs, which includes laying off about 63% of their workforce. That's a huge chunk of their employees. This decision comes after they decided to stop further development of bertamimab, which was likely a major program that drove a lot of their operations. Decisions like these are always hard, but what is the cost? So what happens to the people who are losing their jobs? Well, Prothena says that affected US employees are eligible for severance payments and benefits under their severance plan. Those employees outside the US will get payments or benefits based on local rules or their work contracts. Additionally, some senior executives will see their stock options vest faster, which means they will be able to obtain and sell the stock options sooner than expected, in addition to have longer periods to use those vested options after fasters sooner than expected. In addition to have longer periods to use those vested options after fasters sooner than expected, in addition to have longer periods to use those vested options after leaving. Now let's talk numbers. Prothena estimates they'll spend between $16 to $20 million on severance and related benefits for the laid off employees, plus some non-cash expenses because the senior executive stocks became available to use sooner. Most of these costs will be for severance payments, meaning the money being paid out. But they also say that there might be other unexpected costs related to this whole workforce reduction event. It's tough to plan for every single thing, so this is where businesses add a bit of buffer. If you want a more detailed financial breakdown, Prothena says we'll have to wait for their upcoming quarterly reports. So those will come out in the months following June, September, and then the annual report will come out towards the end of the year in December. These reports will give us a more complete financial picture related to the workforce cut. This filing also contains news about the departure of a couple of key people, which happened sometime in June. CORP, the Chief Regulatory Officer, which is a very important position if you are researching and developing drugs, since they navigate regulatory approval requirements, and David Ford, their Chief People Officer, which takes care of their employees' needs, will be leaving the company effective in August. It sounds like they got similar severance packages, including the acceleration of stock options. Now, it's important to remember the part in the report where the company makes forward-looking statements or predictions about the future. Prothena wants us to keep in mind that these are just predictions and things could change. There are risks and uncertainties that could make the actual results different from what they're projecting. They point out several of their main risks. These are things that depend on many factors and not just the company's efforts. If you want a deeper dive, check out the risk factors section in their quarterly report that was submitted in May, where they outline all the things that could go wrong or have adverse effect. They also say that they're not promising to update these forward-looking statements, even if new information comes out or things change. So take these predictions with a grain of salt. Finally, this report has to be signed by an officer to confirm its authenticity. In this case, it was signed by Tran Nguyen, the Chief Strategy Officer and Chief Financial Officer. So, what's the big picture here? Prothena is making some tough decisions to cut costs and focus on their most promising programs. The decision to discontinue bertamimab hit hard, leading to a major workforce reduction. While they're providing severance packages, those layoffs and organizational changes still impact real people's lives and the company's internal operations. The estimates of 16's material, but not that massive, but we will only know for sure once the next quarterly reports are filed. Prothena Corporation appears to be in a period of transition and retrenchment. Its decision to slash its workforce is concerning, but it could lead to streamlined operations and a renewed focus on core initiatives. However, the success of this strategy hinges on their ability to effectively manage partnered programs and discover further development opportunities. What do you think about these changes at Prothena, and how will that affect their strategic vision? Drop your thoughts down in the comments, and if you got some value from this analysis, hit that like button and make sure you subscribe for more deep dives into corporate filings. Also, come chat with us in the Discord down in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.